Our objective in this lesson is to illustrate, identify, and define intersecting, perpendicular, parallel, skew, and coincident lines. Let's have a quick review of our previous lesson. Given line CE, this one, line AV, and the measure of angle TIV is 60 degrees. Find the following. Number 1, the measure of angle CIT. Notice this symbol here. It means 90 degrees. Number 2, the measure of angle VIE. So this one. CE is a straight line. So this creates 180 degrees. If this is 90 degrees, then this one is also 90 degrees. Given that TIV is 60, then VIE is 30 degrees. So this one is 30 degrees. 60 plus 30 is 90 degrees. So this one is 90 and this one is also 90. So they create a straight line. Number 3, angle CIA. CIA is vertical with VIE. So if this is 30 degrees, then this is also 30 degrees because vertical angles are always congruent. Number 4, angle AIE. Since AV is a straight line and thus create 180 degrees, then if this is 30 degrees, AIE is 150 degrees. 150 plus 30 is 180 degrees. Last one, TIA. If this is 90 and this one is 30, 90 plus 30 is 120. So 120 degrees. To check, let us add all the angles here. It should be equal to 360 degrees. 30 plus 90 is 120, plus 60 is 180, plus 30 is 210, plus 150 is 360. One complete rotation, one complete angle, 360 degrees. Since our discussion will focus about lines, let us review line. A line is a series of points that extends in two opposite directions without end. It is drawn with arrowheads on each end. It has no thickness and it is one-dimensional. The symbol for line is this one, and then we write the 2 points where the line passes through. We can also name line using a small letter. Let's have the first one, intersecting lines. These are coplanar lines that cross each other. They share a common point called point of intersection. So let's have this. These are intersecting lines and this is the point of intersection. Another example, here is the point of intersection. Next, perpendicular lines. These are intersecting coplanar lines that form right angle. So let's have a line, line X, and let's have another line, line Y. The red line is perpendicular to black line. And if line Y is perpendicular to line X, then they form right angle, 90 degrees. In fact, this one is also 90 degrees. This corner is 90 degrees as well as this corner. There is another way of showing that two lines are perpendicular with one another, and that is creating a small square in the corner. This means that this angle is a right angle, and it measures 90 degrees. The symbol for perpendicular lines is this one. So we can say that Y is perpendicular with X. Let's have another example. Let's have line A, and this one is line B. Again, the red line is perpendicular with black line. So line B is perpendicular with line A. Next one, parallel lines. These are coplanar lines that are always same distance apart, meaning equidistant. N will never touch. Let's have line M. Another one, line N. Arrows are used to indicate lines are parallel. So let us put arrows on both lines. Then the symbol for parallel lines is this one. Therefore, M is parallel with N. Let's have another example, line P and line Q. To show that they are parallel, let us use arrows. Now, line P is parallel with line Q. The next one is skew lines. These are non-coplanar lines. They are neither intersecting nor parallel lines. Let's have an example. Let us get a line from plane B. Let's name it line P. Let us get another line, this time from plane D. Let us name it line Q. These are non-coplanar lines. They will never intersect and they are not parallel. Skew lines can only be found in 3 or more dimensional figures. Last one is coincident lines. These are identical lines, lines that coincides or lie on top of each other. Let us say we have line D, and on top of it is line B. Coincident lines have infinite points of intersection. Now let's have an activity, tell me our status. Classify the following line relationships. Let's have the first one. Let's get a line here and another one here. These lines are on different planes. They are not coplanar. They will never intersect and they are not parallel. So these lines are skew lines. Let's have this one and this one. They are intersecting lines. Next one, railroad. This line and this line. The picture may show that these lines are not equidistant with one another. But we all know that railroad tracks are equidistant and so they are parallel lines. And last one, this line with this line. They form a right angle here, so they are perpendicular lines. Let us do extra challenge, sometimes, always, or never. Two planes blank intersect. This is sometimes. Number 2, if two planes do not intersect, they are sometimes, always, or never. They are always parallel. Number 3, two lines that never intersect are sometimes parallel, sometimes not. They are parallel if they lie on the same plane and not if they are not coplanar. Number 4, skew lines are never coplanar. And last one, two parallel lines are always coplanar. Quick tips about line relationships. Intersecting lines meet at a common point. Parallel lines are equidistant from one another. Perpendicular lines form right angle in their intersection. Skew lines will never intersect and never parallel. And coincident lines coincides with one another. Now, it is time to check your understanding. Pause this video for more time. Let us answer. Refer to the figure and identify the following. Number 1, line parallel to line AD. Where is AD? Here is AD. Line parallel to this line that is on plane B. So that would be line EF. Number 2, line is skew to line BC that contains point F. So this is line BC. Let us look for a line that is skew to this line and contains point F. That would be line FG. Next one, number 3, intersection of plane B and plane D. Here is plane B. Here is plane D. Their intersection is line DF. Number 4, line perpendicular to DC in plane H. So let us look for DC. Here is DC. Let us look for a line perpendicular to DC that is on plane H. So that would be line AD, and it could also be line BC. Last one, plane perpendicular to D that contains point B. So here is plane D. Let us look for a plane perpendicular to plane D that contains point B. So that would be plane H. Gets? Our next lesson is angles formed by parallel lines cut by a transversal.